Welcome back. I'm the Garden Goose Stitcher. My name is Teresa. This is Flosstube number 7. And I don't know what day it is. That was probably a one-time thing. It's December. It's a Tuesday. I'm trying that the Bougie Stitchers a couple episodes ago. They had a recommendation for some Irish cream. So I have some of that. 5 Farms. Not 5 Finger Death Punch. It's very good. And I don't usually like some of the other stuff. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. I always have so much fun reading your comments and replying or really thinking about whatever life advice I've been given. All the kind comments about Nathan and his injury were wonderful. Alicia at the Fanciful Flamingo put Nate in her prayer chain, and then the next day we went into ortho and he got a really great update, and I was like, he thinks it is for 100% sure because of the cross-stitching prayer chain that the Fanciful Flamingo runs. But I will give you an update. He has been to PT twice, and he went to an ortho appointment last Friday, and she came in. They took a new x-ray. She said, in 3 weeks, I'm going to see you. You'll have this giant knot bone scab, and I'll release you to go. She's like, your age, you're an athlete, you'll be fine. She's like, you'll be ready. She said, you'll be ready in like 4 weeks. So he was so relieved. He's been taking his arm out of the sling because she said, it's okay. Just don't let it get re-injured. Because she said, there are vital arteries and nerves that run right below there. So she said, it's the horse people. The hockey kids usually come in and they're fine. But the horse people, she's always got to worry about them re-injuring it. But so she said 4 weeks. So we go, I think, on the 6th of January. And we're hoping that they do another x-ray and clear him to go. She said he didn't really need to do PT, but I think he's been getting a lot out of it because he held his arm so tight that he was like really sore, like his biceps and stuff. So I think we'll do it. Our insurance is willing to pay for it, so might as well. That way when he gets back out, he's not so stiff, but he's been enjoying taking his arm out of the sling. The PT guy like really worked with him, like holding I think it was a broomstick, but like to practice holding a hockey stick type of thing so that, I don't know. Basically, he can't go up because that twists your clavicle. I don't know. Anyway, but thank you for all of the kind comments. They're greatly appreciated. We have never had such drama. So we've been doing appointments for him. We are not used to having 3 appointments in 1 week. Last week, I was like, we're going to leave the house again. And but we, last week, I did not get much stitching done. After Flosstube, I completely forgot it was Wordplay Wednesday. I didn't stitch. It wasn't until like days later, I was like, am I still a cross stitcher? What's going on? I don't know why I was in a funk. I know why. Because I make cookies. I make these sour cream sugar cookies. They're amazing. They're a lot of work. Okay. It's like, I made a triple batch. So I'd have plenty to gift, and it's a lot of work. So I spent 1 day making the dough. Well, not really. It didn't take me that long, but it's a lot of butter to cream. I'll tell you that. And then, rolling them out and baking them. I did that by myself. Nobody seemed to be available. And then, frosting them. We use a buttercream frosting, and then it's a lot of butter. It's once a year, you guys, once a year. And then, but the thing with the buttercream frosting is it's got a big spoon of marshmallow fluff in it. I think it makes all the difference. But so I made cookies the other day. We drove around. I packaged them up, and we drove around and delivered Christmas cards to local family and a couple cookies. And so we went to dinner at my in-laws, and I was like running out of there. I love them, but I was like, okay, we got to go. and then it was like 6 o'clock, and I was like, okay, we got to go. Cause I knew Missy and Kathy were going to do their live on Sunday night, right? Sunday night? What day? It's Tuesday. I don't know, you guys. And so I was like, well, we better get going. And they're like, it's 6 o'clock because we had eaten earlier. And I was like, yeah, but you know, he's a night shifter. We gotta get going. And then like, we're still talking. We do that for hours because we like hanging out and stuff. But so, and eventually by like 7 o'clock, I was like clicking my car. I was like, well, we better go. And so I was running out to my car. It was like 7:13. I was like, you gotta drive, Dave. I'm late. and then I'm looking on YouTube and their live wasn't on there. So I went to Instagram and found out that they still didn't have power. And I was like, oh, I thought I missed 13 minutes. Anyway, it's tomorrow. So I can't wait. Can't wait. That's going to be a fun time. Are you going to that? I'm sure it'll be a great time. So we made cookies. We went to dinner with my in-laws. We had a million appointments. Today we went shopping. And I'm not a mall person anymore. It was a lot of walking. I've been a little whiny ever since. But so hence the Five Farms Irish cream. It's very good, girls. Very nice. Thank you, Bougie Stitchers, for recommending that. Let's talk about my stitching, because I did end up stitching. I don't know what the funk was. I said funk, not the bad word. I don't know what the funk was, but I bet you it's this. Because this is my WIPGO. I have to stitch on it for 10 days. At least an hour a day. That's what I count for it's my last WIPGO. If I get it done, I get a go. And I feel like the inner procrastinator of me is really showing itself because... Is it the 20th? Or is the 19th? So, no, today's 20th, right? I got like 11 days. And I bet you I'm not going to have stitchy time on some of those days. But I did work on it. I think I have 3 days marked off. So, and you know what? It's just not that interesting and fun to stitch. I mean, it's fine. But it's not as fun as other stuff. So, I worked on it a bit. These letters actually take quite a bit of time. I don't know. Usually I like stitching text. It goes real fast. But so I worked on that. 3 out of my whatever. 3 out of 10 so far. That's not bad. I keep it in this project bag. I know you guys, some of y'all like project bags. I made this. It's got Shine On fabric from Bonnie and Camille. It's got the red giant mom on the back. I have an extensive Bonnie and Camille collection. Just so you know. Oh, there's just some scraps in there. So that did get touched and attention. The next thing I worked on was my Be Merry. And stitched on that a few days. I think Sunday night, last night I finished it. It is so pretty. I like how the white is kind of like washed out a little bit. I like my coffee tea dyed fabric and how rustic it looks. I like it a lot. I think I spotted her making a winter one. Tell me if I'm wrong. This pattern is Be Merry by Salt.Pepper.Stitching. It's Emily Call. Right? Emily Call. And beautiful. And I think I saw winter. And I know there's a Valentine, right? And then I know there's a St. Patrick's Day. That one's on my to-do list. So that's all I got stitched. I was really, really in a funk. But I did get some haul. So let's talk about that. Oh, I got some really happy mail. I got a Christmas card from Missy. And it was so nice. And then I was saving her little address. I ripped off her address so I could send her one back. And I was talking to my son about something. And I was like, oh, can you go take that downstairs? And he's like, it looks like trash. And I was like, that's my friend's address. That's not trash. He already knows I'm a weirdo. I got my Grace Note fabrics. I love that they include a little sticker. Can you even? That's adorable. There was a Christmas card in it. And a needle minder, you guys. Is this like a special Christmas edition? So sweet. And I get the half and half. So half of the, and they sent a beautiful card. Isn't that wonderful? Love it. And I get the half and half. So half of them are neutrals and half of them are color. This one is called Raspberry Latte. It's a little bit amazing. A lot of it. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. Why do I always think the back looks different than the front? It does to me. Raspberry Latte. I love it, a latte. So, I'm excited about that. And then I was watching the Bougie Stitchers, and Jen is going to do a sale. And I don't think that she invited anybody to do it, but I sure did order everything for that sale while I was watching. So, because you know I like a sale. She and someone, literally, the details are fuzzy, you guys. I was just watching and ordering. They're going to stitch this Jeanette Douglas designs. I didn't have any Jeanette Douglas designs. And then I was looking on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And this is the one that they're going to sell. It says, let's do what we love. And I think it's super amazing. Oh, and then I went to her website. Where did I put those? I went to her website. And she has got like a flower basket of the month that she gives as a freebie on her website. I'm pretty sure it's JeanetteDouglas.com. And so she has all 12 posted for 2022. And so at the end of December, they'll be removed. They won't be freebies. I'm sure she'll sell them. So I printed them all off so I can stitch a flower basket of the month. I love a freebie. Love a freebie. I ordered all of the floss for it. It's really pretty. And I never do this. You know, stitching your stash next year where you try to pick something that's in your stash. I pretty much never do this where I just order everything. But I did that day. And I think I might have even had, like, I think I have baked apple, but I bought it for that just so it can stay kitted. I also tried, I feel like the website had like suggestions. First, like I searched for something. I don't know. I bought this fabric and I don't think it'll work. It needs to be much lighter. But now I have this new fabric. I think it's called Heritage. I'm sorry. I am the worst Flosstuber. I never know what I'm talking about. You guys know that by now. Heritage. 16 count Heritage. And I really like it. I'm sure I'll find a use. Oh my gosh, there's a sticker right on it. Okay. I really do like it. But don't you think it's just a bit too dark for that pattern? Because this is like light. And this is awfully green. So into this stash you go, friend. But that means I'll have to either dye something or look it through. I probably have something. Maybe I'll use that Grace Notes fabric. Hang on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I know it's a little pinkish. But like, how, oh, sorry. What about that? Problem solved. Anyway. So I'm using Raspberry Latte for that sale. And then while I was shopping, I ordered a couple more Jeanette Douglas designs. Chubby Bird. Vintage Acorn. Is this Vintage Acorns? Yeah. She had a lot that I liked. And so I was like, 1 and 2, just 2. So I went through and I had to put everything in my cart and then I filtered it out. Do you do that? Got Vintage Birds. That peacock though, am I right? And then Vintage Flowers. Is it, oh, Vintage Flowers too. I don't know. So I did get those. Don't know for what. So I got my haul. I got some. Oh, I also got a really wonderful gift, and like I don't have it right here, but it's from Brandy. And I thought it was really, really lovely. She was like, "Can I have your address?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm not worried. I can see people coming from my down my driveway. Nobody's coming here." So anyway, she sent me a wonderful gift. Thank you so much, Brandy. and a card, and a Christmas card. It was wonderful. And my husband and my son are like, who is this? My friends. So that's all I have because I really didn't stitch much this week. So I thought I would show you what I got done during WIPGO, since I am struggling with my last WIPGO and I'm gearing up for the next year. Some people really, really hate being told what to do. I've met people and I've asked about WIPGO and they're like, oh no, I could want to stitch it. And if WIPGO calls it, immediately no, I'm not in the mood for it. But I'm not that type of person. I like the encouragement, and it's not like anybody checks in on you. It's just your own personal goal. So I counted last night. 2 of them I couldn't find. They're finished, fully finished, and I don't know where they are. I think I know where the one is, but but anywho, out of the 25 WIPGO, 24, because I left the free space, because I knew I would not be doing 3. Out of the 24, I have finished 17 out of the 24. I feel like that's a pretty decent ratio. Like really. So I brought them up. A lot of them are not fully finished, but here we go. Are you ready? So this is, I think this is Patriotic Row. I have all the rows. Bent Creek. Are they Bent Creek? Google it, okay? Maybe I'll put it in the description box. I have all of them. I think that's the only one that's done because I tend to be like that. My next one, well, this one was just this month. Santa Claus Coming to Town. That was Stitching with the Housewives. Finished that one. This is the July Cottage from Country Cottage Needleworks. There was 3 of them on my WIPGO last year, and I finished all 3. Not fully. One day I will. This was the February sampler. This was on my WIPGO. Got it finished. This guy, this is Bringing Home the Tree by Lori Holt. I finished this. I'm pretty sure that when I pulled this for WIPGO, all I had left was those snowflakes. Because I am the type of person who will get everything else done and then look at the snowflakes and be like, ugh, maybe another year. This one is my summer ABCs. I'll bring it closer. I have these hanging up in like a kind of like a tobacco basket. It's on the stairway going downstairs into my kitchen. I have just spring left to do. But this was on my WIPGO. I think I changed some of the colors. Don't you always wish that you changed the white? That ice cream still bothers me. A lot of times, if I'm stitching something and it calls for ecru or even regular white or 3865, I'll change it to bright white because I want to be able to see it. If I want to stitch it, I want to be able to see it. This one is Mistletoe Lane. I'm pretty sure when I pulled this, I think I just had to do a little bit of the house and then the tree. And when I actually started to stitch it for WIPGO, I think it was in the middle of the summer or maybe in the spring, I just got it done. I just find it refreshing to just pull something up and be like, oh, all I have to do is this, and then just get it done. This, I was on my WIPGO as my Halloween rolls. Did I show this when I first started Flosstubing? I probably did. I think I talked about it. See that Mind Your Mummy? I had to stitch over that in bright white because I could not stand it in whatever it was called for. This got called on my WIPGO, and then I didn't quite finish. I had 2 blocks left, and then I ended up finishing it in October, but it's still finished, and it wouldn't have been finished if it hadn't been pulled in WIPGO. And then this one is Fright Night, and I love Fat Quarter Shop, and I love their stitch-alongs, but I can't do them anymore because I can't. Because, especially the mystery ones, I can't keep up, and then I berate myself, and then I hate stitching. So, this one, the house was off a stitch, and I think it was up in here somewhere, or in there, and then I just put it away, obviously. And it still bothers me that you can't hardly ever see that web, but I'm glad it's done. I'll finish it someday. This is Little House Needleworks. It's summer. And then there's words that go below it. It's like picnic, sunshine, flowers, pick your summer words. And I had, this was a Mania start. The first year I ever did Mania. And I started at the bottom, and then it was too small. So then when I went to go like restart it, I was like, do I actually want the words, or do I just want the little adorable house with the banner? So when I went to restart it, I just did the bottom, and I'm glad I did. And then I got called for WIPGO, and now it's done. So I even did those French knots. Can we just take a second? Those French knots that make the ant. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. This is my May Country Cottage Needleworks Cottage of the Month. This is September Twin Peaks Primitive. I'll be home Cottage. I have July, August, September, and October. And that's it. Okay. I remember why I stopped. Because see how the color of the house is so similar to the coffee tea dyed fabric? It drove me crazy. Or maybe it's not coffee tea dyed. I don't know. But then I came back to it and just kept stitching. And I was like, it's going to be fine. And I do like the way it looks. It's just a little less contrast than I love. And then this one is called Stitch Fill. It's by, I don't know. Fat Quarter Shop put it out, I think. Did Camille Ross Kelly put it out? But I stitched it on Ada, and it has rows of houses and bobbin and thread spools and stacks of fabric, like fat quarter bundles. And you need a lot of, like, there's a lot of there's a lot of quarter stitches and 3/4 stitches. And on Ada, that really is a bummer, like super bad. And so I was in misery stitching it. And so I said, you know what? My board, my rules. If I decide to change this whole project and just stitch the swoon center, the swoon block center, I will do it. So I did. And it sits in a little mug. Let me show you the mug. Can you please hold? If I leave, will you not give it a thumbs down? It's fine. It's okay if you do. It sits in this mug on my little shelf where I have all my Bonnie Camille fabric. And this mug has been broken from moves or whatever. And it sits like this on my little thing. And it's Nathan when he was just a baby. And we were living in Japan. Isn't it cute? Look it up. But it just sits on my thing. And it has all of my, this jar has all of my Bonnie and Camille like fat quarter bundles, because I am a true collector and fan. I have them all. So this whole jar, this whole mug is full of all of the bundles. Thanks. But a little picture, I think he was like maybe 4 or 5, 6 months. You can see he was drooling like crazy. And we were cleaning something out, and he was in his little extra saucer. And we found Dave's BCGs. Do you know what that stands for? Brace yourself if you don't know. We found Dave's BCGs. They're called birth control glasses, because everything in the military has an abbreviation. So the hideous glasses they make everybody wear in boot camp are called birth control glasses, BCGs. And we took that picture of Nate, and I'm sure he was like, his head was spinning because Dave was really, really blind. I'm sure his eyes were bugged out because he was so confused about why he couldn't see anymore. But I think that's the sweetest little thing in my sewing room. The handle got broken. But so this sits right there next to my fabric. I just think it's the cutest. Anyway, okay. And then also moving on. So anyway, I abbreviated the project. I love it. It sits in my little mug of collections. We'd have a lot more if I hadn't bought all that fabric, but I would be crazier. So this is Bloomtopia. The Fat Quarter Shop. Fat Quarter Shop, and then like it was the one they did with, well, they do a lot of them with Corey Yoder now. I love Corey Yoder's fabric. Not as much as Vonnie and Camille. I finished this. I think this was just called a few months ago. And I think I really struggled because see the blue? This is the original light blue that it was called for. I hate it when you can't see stuff like that. Nothing will make me throw a project and time out faster than non-contrasting thread. So eventually when I pulled it out, I changed a floss color so that there would be contrasting. And now I love it. So I don't know how I'm going to finish it. I thought about making it into a project bag because I don't really just have a place for that. But. And then one of the last ones was June from Country Cottage Needleworks or Little House Needleworks. No, I don't know. You probably know. And then the other one was Stitching with the Housewives. The Trick or Treat Witch. Is that... Anyway, I have it finished, guys. It's on the pumpkin thing from Hobby Lobby and everything. And I'm pretty sure it's in my Halloween tote. And then also there was a Prairie Schooler Summer Breeze. It's like, it says Summer Breeze brings whatever. That's also finished. And I don't know where it is. So 17 finishes out of 24. That is just a testament to how WIPGO works for some people. Because that's a lot of finished WIPs. 2 a month, you know. So I really, really love WIPGO. I'll keep you updated as we go through it. As I go through it next year. I don't want to go through it before the year because I just showed you my WIP parade. So most of those, most of them for the WIP parade will be on my WIPGO board. So that's it. Now you know. If you're going to do WIPGO, let me know. I know some people like really hate being told what to do or like going along with the stitch along, or not me. Sign me up. Anyway, anytime I can like hold myself accountable, even if there's not real like peer pressure, it still works on me. So anyway, next week I will not be here. I'm not going to have a Flosstube next Tuesday, and I'll tell you why. Because Dave and I are going away for our anniversary. Next Tuesday. Wait, is next Tuesday the 27th? Yes. 27th is our 21st wedding anniversary. And I booked us a little getaway. He has no idea where we're going. And I booked it like several months ago. 2 nights. I was like, 2 nights. You need to make sure you have those nights off. Which they don't. He has those days off anyway. But he has no idea where we're going. And he just lives his day-to-day life with no clue. It's incredible. I need to know everything at all times. And he's like, you'll tell me what I need to bring. Ooh. We are different people. Yin and yang or whatever. I don't know how he lives, how he sleeps at night. He has no idea where he's going next week. He keeps asking me if it's on an airplane. What? What is he thinking? I hate surprises personally, so anyway. I can't think of anything else I meant to tell you. Thank you for coming back or finding me and subscribing and commenting. I love it when you guys comment and I get to chat with you. Don't forget you can find me on Instagram at Teresa McMath01. That's my handle. There's a lot of goose content over there. I've just I know why I haven't been stitching because I've just been scrolling through my garden posts, dreaming about flowers and tomatoes. We're gonna get a heck of a storm this week. Are you in the path of this storm that's coming through? I told Dave we should go get gas for the generator just in case. Nobody wants to spend Christmas with a freezer or that's rotting, so we're gonna go get some gas because we're supposed to get a lot of rain and then it's supposed to quickly switch to snow and freeze. So I don't want to experience a Christmas ice storm, but I think I'm about to. So, and it's supposed to be quite a bit of snow, blowing, wind chills, pretty bad. So it might be a really interesting Christmas over here. So, but I'm really excited. I hope maybe I'll see you in the live stream tomorrow for the 2 needles pulling thread. I can't wait. Like, I really can't wait. It's so exciting. And anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a really, really wonderful Christmas. I hope that you don't have a snowstorm or worry about losing power. I just hope it's the most blessed Christmas you've had in a long time. I hope you get to spend it with your loved ones. And I hope you get cool stitching loot. Did you ask for stitching paraphernalia from Santa? I didn't. I just ordered what I wanted. Bless their hearts. I don't think Dave could handle it, trying to buy for me another hobby stuff, but he does pretty well on the sewing front. I got some cool stuff over the years, but hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you for stopping in, and I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. All right, take care. Next year! I'll see you next year.